There's no tourists going back and forth between the U.S. and China. Business travel is, pretty much way down. We're arguing about who would get the rights to operate empty airplanes.
In 2016, he estimates 8 million people flew between the U.S. and China. He predicts in 2022, there will be fewer than a million.
Poof, that marketplace is dead.
And not just because of COVID, but because of the deteriorating relationship between the two countries. So the U.S. and China are playing, in a sense, on an empty field. Plenty of room for political games. In New York, I'm Sabri Ben-Shor for Marketplace. Live music right now, and for the past couple of years, to be honest, right? It's a confusing place. A couple of weeks ago, Adele said she was going to postpone her residency in Las Vegas because of COVID. Coachella, on the other hand, is coming back after 2 years without any mask or vaccine requirements. You throw in local and state requirements, and if you're running a concert venue, it can be tough to keep up. Last year about this time, I talked to Toby Park. She owns XBK. That's a concert venue in Des Moines, Iowa. And things were, at that point, not great. So we got her back on the phone for an update as she approaches pandemic year 3.
Things were getting pretty okay. I mean, as you were probably aware, we closely with the SBA, with the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Program, and our venue was a recipient of that program, which really helped us get through the hardest parts of the pandemic. And we had a pretty solid fourth quarter until the Omicron wave came through, which really sort of put us back what felt like almost in square one where we were in March of 2020. We are just now reopening after actually being completely shuttered for the month of January. Reopened last weekend to some success, so we're looking positively forward.
One of the things I learned about the concert ecosystem, I guess, when we spoke a year ago, was that you're sort of, Des Moines as a physical location is kind of between like Chicago and Denver and Minneapolis, bigger cities. And when they were having problems, you sort of de facto were having problems too. Is that still the case?
Absolutely is still the case. I mean, the tough part about this is even though the entire industry has done a lot to do our best to keep artists on the road and to keep our businesses open, there's not much that we can do if somebody in a tour party gets ill, right? So we're still a bit in that space. The local and state restrictions are not quite as daunting as what they were sort of at the beginning of the pandemic. Most everything is open, but it's now really just trying to manage, the artist cancellations and trying to keep artists safe so, they don't get sick and so they can stay on the road and keep us all going.
How have you been able to keep this going as a business proposition? Because I'm going to guess, well, first of all, you're closed most of January, right? So you're not getting any revenue, but you still got to pay the rent. So I'm guessing that comes out of, whatever reserves you have. Or eventually your pocket. I'm going to guess that crowds you have been packing them in, I'm sure.
Salamat, Sisi.
So, I mean, are you like, is this all on your credit card or what's happening?
As I said, we were very lucky to be able to access the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Program through federal government, and that really kept us afloat. And, without the support of our legislative allies and the support of the SBA getting that money out to venues like ours, we would have been hurt. We are fortunate that we did have a little bit of a cushion to manage the downfall for late December and January, but it's still something that we're facing. And even though we're open now and we can be open and consumer confidence is still a bit waning. We're hoping in the next coming months as we sort of get through a bit of the thick of Omicron that things
Big up shout out Sisi Lenshaw, USA Blog.
We're just taking it day by day.
Did you ever think about shutting it down?
Myself personally,
sorry sa iba, hindi ko
if you might recall, XBK opened in September of 2019, so we were only open for 6 months before the pandemic hit. And when you put your life savings and your love and your heart into something, it's hard to let it go. So, no, I never considered shutting it down. And I was always confident and had the support of the team of allies of other independent promoters.
Big up shout out Bella Black.
Toby Park,
1929.
XBK, it's a concert place in Des Moines. Toby, thanks a lot. I appreciate your time.
Thanks so much, guy. I appreciate it.
C3 is powerful.
Sure is. But first, let's do the numbers. Dow Industrial down 54 today, a 10%, 34,934. NASDAQ down 15, also a 10th, 14,124. S&P 500 gained 3 points. It's basically flat, 44 and 75. Lazy Boy released earnings today. Disappointing earnings. I should modify that, citing supply chain issues. Shocking. As a result, they reclined way back, 17 and 0.2%. 135,000 tons of avocados have been exported to the United States from Mexico over the past 6 weeks, but that is it for a while. The U.S. has suspended imports of Mexican avocados after a U.S. inspection official there.
Big love shout ulit, Sisi Akanta Kalipos.
80% of its avocado crop to here. Also, that avocados are technically
Salamat sa
berries.
harang-harang.
Now you know. You're listening to Marketplace.
Marketplace Numbers is supported by PayStand, B2B Payments Reimagined. Marketplace is supported by Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, where researchers seek new breakthroughs inspired by the work of previous Dana-Farber scientists. More about their momentum at danafarber.org/stories. And by C3AI. C3AI software enables organizations to use artificial intelligence at enterprise scale, solving previously unsolvable business problems. Learn more at c3.ai. This is Enterprise AI. And by Invoca. Invoca's AI-powered conversation intelligence platform helps brands deliver modern buying experiences that lead with digital and differentiate with the human touch. INVOCA.com. Have conversations that count, connect, and convert.
Are you serious? It was me first.
Thanks for listening to Marketplace. Serving up this financial news and a plethora of business stories each day on KRCC and CPR. We'll return to the program in just a bit, but for now, here's where we're at with our member challenge. We're about 280 members away from unlocking a bonus $20,000. Won't you be one of them? Be a part of this now. Help power all the great interviews and the insightful news you hear every day. Give at CPR.org. And if you're in Southern Colorado, come to KRCC.org. Believe me, your gift makes a difference.
Support for CPR comes from Opera Colorado, presenting Moravec and Campbell's The
Big love
Shining,
shout out,
based
Sisi
on the
Light
novel by
Show
Stephen King,
USA
on stage
again,
through
love.
March 6th. Tickets available
Big
at
love shout sa'yo
operacolorado.org.
ulit. Shout out.
Support
shout out.
comes from CU Medicine, with providers dedicated to treating patients with compassion and care.
Snowing,
From
Sisi.
primary care to specialty care clinics
Wet.
throughout Colorado.
Mabasa
Learn
na
more
snow.
at cumedicine.us.
Hanggang bukas to.
The Finnish ambassador is in town. We'll discuss
Ayan o, yung
national
karo, may
defense
snow na, oh.
and climate offense.
We do believe that down the road, you really have to be climate friendly in terms of technology and society in order to be competitive. Because if you are sort of backtracking, if you have fossil heavy economy, I think that's bad news, not only for the climate, but also for the economy.
I'm Ryan Warner.
Kain lang, Sisi, okay lang.
At 7 on CPR News and KRCC.
Kain lang, Sisi Akanta. Sana all nag-dinner na.
On the way out today, which is a little bit, hey you kids, get off my lawn, and a little bit, maybe he's got a point. Charlie Munger, best known as Warren Buffett's sidekick at Berkshire Hathaway, did an event with Yahoo Finance today and was asked, among a whole bunch of other things, what he thinks about cryptocurrency. Now, Munger, who is 98 years old, is already on record as very anti-crypto. But today he said, and again,
Oo
this is
nga.
him, not me, he said, this is a quote,
Ako pauwi
it's
na,
like
Sisi.
some venereal disease or something. Said it ought to be banned. Hey, you kids, get off my
Sisi Akanta
lawn.
kumakain na. Busog, busog.
Marketplace
Parang
is
ayaw ko na
supported by
kumain
Drexel
siguro.
University,
Taba na.
whose cooperative education program allows students to
Kaso
explore
ginugutom ako
career
eh.
before graduation. Drexel.edu/ambition can't wait. And by Indeed, the hiring platform that
Tingnan mo yung mga ano,
sponsored jobs
wala
and
silang mga bahay.
list of quality candidates. Learn more
Mga
at
ano yan.
Indeed.com/.
Diyan lang sila nakatira.
And by Personal Capital, with financial advisors who put together personalized plans to help take the worry out of planning for retirement and college.
Mga trailer.
PersonalCapital.com.
Holy cow, we gotta go. Too much me talking today. Gotta find your own economic context.
Sobrang ginaw kaya yan.
With our media production team, is Brian Allison, Jake Cherry, Drew Jostad, Gary O'Keefe, Jeff Peters, Charlton Thorpe, Juan Carlos Dorado, and Becca Wyman. I'm I'm Kyle Risdell. We will see you tomorrow, everybody. This is APN.
Marketplace had such a big impact on my radio career. The writing, the style, the kind of conversational.
Shout out
You're dealing with
Qualo.
complex topics, but you're doing it in such an engaging way. I think is really the model for a lot of public
Koala.
radio. I'm Ben Marcus, an investigative reporter here at CPR News, joined on the other microphone by Corey Jones, our executive producer. And we're here to tell you we got 274 gifts left to go before we unlock $20,000. That goes a long way to keeping the news and the information that you value on the air. So please do not hesitate. It's the end. Ninth inning, third period, fourth quarter, whatever you want to say, it's the end. So go in there and get it. CPR.org.
Shout
Help
out
us finish this
Ninja.
drive off strong. And
Ninja.
don't procrastinate, because we want your gift to go
Hulaan na
even
naman,
further.
Ninja
About
ko.
270 members to go. If we hear from all of them, we unlock
Salamat, Ninja
$20,000.
ko.
I guarantee
Shout
we have
out
at least that
Micmec's
many people
channel.
listening right now. And if y'all give,
Salamat.
we'd meet this challenge no problem, and do it for those who can't give as well. Do it for your neighbors, your family, your community, for the state and beyond. Make your gift now. CPR.org, KRCC.org
Salamat,
in
Ninja
Southern
ko.
Colorado.
Susan in Littleton, Sarah in Fruta, David and Grace in Pine. They have all gotten their pledges in. David and Grace say, I like the truthful reporting music, and especially, wait, don't tell me, whatever it is that you value about CPR, think about how much that's worth to you. $10 a month, $5 a month, whatever it is, that gift will help us get us that much closer to unlocking $20,000. CPR.org, KRCC.org, wherever you're at, grab that phone, pick it up, dial us up, get the fund, get your gift in now so that we can unlock $20,000.
Mary Jo in Colorado Springs, Jean in Colorado Springs, thank you so much for stepping up and showing your support. How about you in Pueblo or in Walsenburg? If you rely on KRCC for all of your Southern Colorado news and for stories from around the country, around the world, show your support now. You help power this. We want to read your name next. Leave us a comment, krcc.org, or head to cpr.org.
267 gifts left to go to unlock $20,000. Just a few hours left in the entire fund drive. We can do this. You've waited till the very end. It is okay.
Whoa.
CPR.org. Again, that's CPR.org, KRCC.org.
This is CPR News, 90.1 FM KCFR Denver, 1490 AM KCFC Boulder, on HD at 90.1 AM at CPR.org, and on your smart speaker,
Pero
say
hindi ko naman
play
kasalanan yun pag
CPR News.
nabunggo ko siya. Siya may
Support for
kasalanan.
CPR comes from Howard Lawton Furniture
kabado
and
pa rin
Design,
ako.
furnishing homes and patios across the Front Range, Vail Valley, and beyond for 94 years. 12th and Broadway, downtown Denver, or online at howardlawton.com.
Support comes from Conscious Family Law and Mediation, guiding spouses together through
Shout out
challenging divorce
Joshua
issues
Villaria,
so they don't need to
Joshua
hire separate
Villaria.
lawyers. Serving Coloradans
Villa
statewide.
Garcia.
More at consciousfamilylaw.com.
Tumawid kasi yung truck. Alanganin yung tawid niya eh.
Air Force Academy cadets have long used flight simulators to learn the basic principles of flying planes. But the newest simulators have advanced into war games to train cadets in military strategy.
For those who don't necessarily want to be pilots, they're going to get exposure to how the tip of the spear works.
Cadets can simulate complex air battles in ways not previously possible on Academy grounds. Read about the multi-domain laboratory and see pictures at CPR.org.
If you're a current Evergreen member, or if you already donate on a regular basis, thank you. Colorado Public Radio simply cannot exist without your support. Not a member yet? Donate now and your gift will strengthen the shows and reporting you get from CPR and NPR. Start...
Mega love shoutout sa lahat dyan. Black na. Naka-cover eh. Kasi hanggang bukas yung snow, kailangan kubiran ko yung window. Oh. Susi. Hey boy. Sweet. Hindi ko alam na live ka kung hindi sinabi ni neighbor. Wala akong glasses. Hindi ko masyadong makita. Ay, yay. Kaya ilagay ko kaya ito sa labas. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat dyan. Sisi, Ninja ko, Mix Channel, Sisi Akanta. Thank you, neighbor, sa pagsabi kay Sisi Akanta. Gusto ko sanang pabayaan lang siya muna sa labas. Bayaan ko kaya sa labas. I-off ko na lang to guys. Hindi maganda ang ano ni James. Pakiramdam. Shout out Lolove. Miss Wanderer. Ano na ako, mag-out kasi hindi maganda yung kalagayan. Oh, hindi maganda. Shout out Sisi Tunet. Magbabay na ako. I-off ko muna, hindi magandang kalagayan ni James. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat dyan. Bye-bye. Salamat. Hindi, Sisi. Gusto ko sana itong iiwan lang na live siya dito sa labas kasi snowing siya. Kaso lang hindi maganda ang kalagayan ni James eh. Hindi maganda yung ano niya. Bye mga Sisi. Maraming salamat.